Today we're going to be talking about Game 7s. We have the Minnesota Timberwolves and Denver Nuggets. And now I'll make another video about the Pacers and the Knicks. Both series has been electric, but let's talk about the Timberwolves and Nuggets series right now. In the series, although every game has been a blowout, it's been a great fun series to see the chess moves that each team makes to make adjustments on the other team. Anthony Edwards has shown that he is turning into a superstar, one of the top 5 players in the league, one of the faces of the league of the future. Not top 5 maybe right now, but like one of the faces of the league in the future. So that would be great. And Game 7, of course, will be insane because this series has already been really good. Now, if you put a Game 7 to that, win or go home for both of these teams, it'll be great. Now let's talk about like the first few games. So the first 2 games, Minnesota destroyed Denver with their really good defense on Jamal Murray, who has been struggling for half or even more of that series versus Minnesota because of their perimeter defense with Jaden McDaniels, Anthony Edwards, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And their offense clicked as well, with Anthony Edwards going insane the first 2 games. Nikola Jokic was also kind of getting clamped for the first time in a long time. Saw Nikola kind of uncomfortable on the court with the 3 big men, Naz Reid, Rudy Gobert, Karl-Anthony Towns, and even like Kyle Anderson sometimes guarding. But Edwards with the 43 points in the first game definitely led them to the win with the insane shots on KCP. But then after that, the next 2 games for the Nuggets were blowouts, and a Game 4 that was not too close until the end. Jokic dominated those, and in Game 5, Jokic went insane with a historic 40 points. And even though Anthony scored 44 in the Game 4, they had no match for the Nuggets offense, with Aaron Gordon being the point instead of Jokic or Jamal. Aaron Gordon was great in Game 4, I believe. Really great player with the cuts, and he definitely shot really well in that Game 4. 11 of 12 from the field, 27 points. Justin Holiday did good too. And Christian Brown, they started to improve their depth because Nuggets, one of their main weaknesses is their bench depth and what will the bench produce. But in those 3 games, the bench was roaring, and the Timberwolves, their bench was starting to look bad. Naz Reid didn't do that well in games 3, 4, and 5, only scoring around 7 points. Also, Kyle Anderson, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, they weren't doing that well either on the. So those were some struggles that Minnesota had. But then Game 6 came around, win or go home for the Minnesota Timberwolves, and they went electric. 20-0 run in the first quarter, then another like 30-0 run or 20-0 run in third and stuff. And they won by 45, and they were leading by 50 in the game where they led the Nuggets to only 70 points. Held the Nuggets to only 70 points, which is insane for the Nuggets offense, one of the best offenses in the league. And Anthony Edwards had another great game, 27 points, 8 of 17 shooting, 4 of 9 from 3. He is insane versus anyone, even with the Nuggets having a solid defense. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is one of the best guard defenders in the league. He was destroying him, and Cat was really good on Jokic. Rudy Gobert provided a solid game, and Game 5, Mike Conley was out, and this game he was great for them with 5 assists, 13 points. Now again, the issue for the Nuggets was their bench scoring, and Jokic, Jamal was getting clamped 4 of 18 from the field, 10 points only. And if Jamal Jokic is not doing well, it's hard for for the Nuggets to win. Michael Porter Jr. has not been doing good after the first few games. I believe he's been single digits the last few games versus the Timberwolves. He has only scored more than 10 points in this series twice, I believe, one in game 3 or game 4. So they need to get better help in game 7, but their offense is insane. Jokic is the MVP, so their backs is against the wall as the defending champions wanting to repeat. But the Timberwolves are hungry for that first conference finals since Kevin Garnett 20 years ago, and to make their first ever NBA finals. So this is about to be a classic game 7. Two teams fighting to the last minute. But that's basically it. Thank you guys for watching. Wow.